Selling Houses, sponsored by Direct Line Mortgages.
In this very special edition of Selling Houses, I'll be confronting an estate agent. Give me the real honest truth here. Who won't give a family the advice they need to sell their home.
It's a shame it's taken to this point to hear this.
It needs a massive transformation both inside and out.
Is this your old tree, is it?
And we'll be showing you the results of a specially commissioned independent survey about buying and selling property. Welcome to this Selling Houses special in Cuffley in Hertfordshire, where this 3-bedroom chalet bungalow has been stuck on the market for nearly a year and a half. And it's not just the inside of this property that's stopping it from selling.
Which is where I come in, and I'm going to make the garden a much more attractive proposition for buyers.
Whilst I tackle the inside and find out why the estate agent hasn't got anywhere near a sale. Keith and Margarita Gregorio and their kids have outgrown their 1930s 3-bed bungalow, and financial pressures are making it tough to pay the mortgage. So they put it on the market for £400,000, hoping they could move to a larger, cheaper house in Norfolk. But a staggering year and a half later, they still haven't sold, despite shelling out £25,000 on a conservatory and other home improvements. They're so desperate they've also dropped their price by £45,000, but they still have had no sniff of a sale.
All that sunshine that we had within us trying to sell is slowly seeping out.
It's soul destroying, and after a while you actually get used to the fact that your house isn't going to sell. It becomes a joke.
The Gregorio's home is a 1930s chalet bungalow, which means it does have an upstairs, but it still suffers from the same image problems as traditional single-storey bungalows. As an estate agent, I know how hard it can be to persuade buyers to consider bungalows. They usually think they only sell to grannies, but they can have some really good selling points. They're easy to maintain, they often come with big gardens, they're often detached, and if they're modernised properly, they can make really great family homes. But something tells me this bungalow is going to fall a long way short of buyers' expectations. Hi Margarita,
Hello.
Hi Keith. Come on, let me have a look inside.
Come through.
Now, I've got to ask, what decorative style is this?
Well, it's a bit of a mishmash. It's things that we've seen and liked and
Liked.
thought would look nice in the hallway.
What about these? I mean, these are fake flowers. Funeral parlour, maybe?
Well, maybe to you. To me, they're pretty.
We've got a sort of moustached chappie there holding umbrellas.
And it's something I like. Why can't I have something that I like in my home?
What we're talking about here, we're talking about selling, and it's all about the first impressions when you come in here. And this, I mean, what's this here? Look, what's that?
I just wanted something to give it just a look, you know,
Well,
old. It might not match the property.
That and that certainly, I would say, has a look, yes. OK, let's start with that room through there. You lead in, Keith.
Yes.
Thank you.
Oh dear.
What do you mean, oh dear? This is my favourite room.
Let me tell you, the problem is it's the first room we're coming to off the hallway.
Yeah.
And it's a kid's room, and it's packed and it's a mess.
But exactly, you said it's a kid's room. Kids' rooms should be packed, they should be messy.
The problem is here, you've got the classic type of people coming to look at a bungalow, the older couple and the young family. Now, if you get the older couple walking through this into here, they don't want a kid's room. If you get a young family, most of them will actually be looking for houses, and we've always got this battle. It's not automatically assumed that bungalow is going to be a good family home, where in fact in a lot of cases it can be. And to put a kid's room front of the house next to the front door, first room you see, it's like, ooh, that's strange, that's unusual. So you're alienating potential market there straight away.
Okay.
Now,
No, don't ditch them. They're my girls' little collection. I love them more than what they do. So whatever you say, I think they're
you
lovely.
like them more than your
I
kids
do,
like them.
Yeah.
Okay. You know, that's a seriously personal items up there, and they are staring at me, making me very nervous. The other side of the hall has another child's bedroom, which is also rammed with toys. It has nasty dated wallpaper and vinyl flooring. Let's hope things get better in the kitchen. Right, well, the units are dated, but I don't know, they're manageable, they're not too bad.
Okay.
The real problem I have in here is although it's a square kitchen, it is quite small and it feels really, really cramped. Now these beams...
And I presume they're polystyrene, but yeah, I hate them too.
Look, kitchen is the most important room in the house.
Right.
And this, looking like this, letting your whole place down. Probably one of the reasons you haven't sold. Now your conservatory. It's like a wasted opportunity. First of all, I mean, what are these?
Well, to be perfectly honest with you, these all came out from bedrooms. Some were sort of...
Not skips, didn't come out of skips?
No, they're not that bad, no.
Oh, I don't know. And then we've got... the whole function of this space is completely confused. There's obviously an overflow kitchen. What's that under there?
It's a freezer.
Freezer. Then we've got a bit of bedroom thrown in for good measure. A bit of laundry room, bit of lounge. Where's your eating area in
We
the house?
scatter all over. Kids sitting here, me and my husband sit in the other living room.
Where's the dining table?
We don't have a... well, we did have a dining table.
We do. It's been in and out of the garage about 6 times.
So where was the dining table before?
In here.
Oh, in here?
Yeah. One of the agents came round and said, well, you shouldn't have it in here, so we just put it back in the garage.
Now that sounds absolutely ridiculous advice. I mean, surely every family house should have an eating area. Let's have a look at the rest of the house.
Okay, then.
See what else I've got in store. Hopefully no more of these curtains.
There's no escape from the toys in the downstairs bathroom. The tiles in here are grotty and dated, and the shower screen is on the verge of collapsing. Next door, the separate WC has a tacky toilet seat and yet another busy wallpaper. The only lasting impression this room will leave in a buyer's mind is the smell.
This is a big television. Totally out of scale for this room.
Yeah.
Now, have you decorated in here in recent years, or...?
Decorated about twice over in the months it's been on the market. On advice, we had darker colours. Well, you know, we sit on them.
You certainly do.
Well,
Look at that. The trouble is, at the moment, this room looks horrible. Even the way the furniture's laid out is wrong. I mean, this is blocking your French doors to the garden. You never have seats blocking doors. It's absolutely vital. There's the cardinal sin being broken there. I can see an ashtray.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah,
Blue
better
carpet. How, is that all? Was that here before when you
No,
bought?
this is quite new as well. It's less than 2 years old. But I thought I did the right choice because I hadn't picked a psychedelic carpet.
Let's think. How many people are going to think this blue carpet will go with their suite or their furniture?
Unfortunately, when we put it down, we had no intention to sell.
Right.
We bought it with reference to what would be suitable for our family.
But then, when you go on the market, you forget thinking what's suitable for your family and you start thinking what's suitable for selling. Let's see what we've got waiting for us upstairs.
Keith and Margarita spent £6 doing up the loft conversion, putting in narrow dormer windows and squeezing storage cupboards onto every available wall.
It's quite an awkward shaped room, isn't it? I mean, your bed isn't even quite fitting. You see, this really concerns me because effectively, you know, if this isn't a proper master bedroom, buyers could perceive it maybe as not a very workable room, which means you're only selling a 2-bedroom detached bungalow instead of a 3-bedroom detached bungalow. And in this area, that could cost you £50,000.
You're joking?
No, because that's the difference between a 2-bed and a 3-bed detached bungalow price in this area.
Crumbs. I mean, we've reduced it already so much. Yeah. Quite a bit shocked with that, really.
Keith and Margarita desperately need an asking price offer to afford a house in Norfolk. But with their property in this condition, they don't stand a chance. Let's hope Matt James has some better news for them in the garden.
Now, Andrew's always talking to me about the importance of curb appeal. You know, that first impression that you get when a buyer comes up to your front door. So your front garden's especially important. And whilst you've got some things here like that beautiful lilac, which are real assets, there are a couple of things here that I think perhaps shouldn't be. Namely that.
Oh, my version of the garden gnome.
A soft, cuddly gnome.
Yeah.
Serious buyers may think as though you just dumped it there. Do you see what I mean?
Yeah.
Now, plants-wise, there are some beautiful shrubs here which are well worth keeping.
Okay.
Things like the beautiful pyracantha there, which you've got up against the house, the berberis, the shrubby honeysuckle, again, well worth keeping. But it looks very, very weedy.
I wouldn't know the difference between the weed and the shrubs.
Well, I suppose that's where I come in.
Yeah.
Okay. Because it looks as though sort of that you've done something but then haven't kept on top of it. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
I think this should be removed almost straight away. Is this your old tree, is it?
Last year's... Look, listen, that it was lovely and green when I put it there. It blended in and it hid that little corner. Oh,
whereas now it's... but you've also decorated it too.
At night time it's quite nice. It glows at night.
Right, OK. But generally in the front garden, I think it's OK. It's just the general spruce up, a few little pots maybe, bit of seasonal colour, mow the lawn, weed the beds, that sort of thing. Okay. So let's have a look at the back. Oh my goodness. Goodness me. Bit of a bomb site.
I'm afraid it is at the moment.
Was it nicely landscaped when you moved in like this, or
well manicured?
Really?
It was beautiful. That's what sold it to us.
Yeah. Because at the moment it's very off-putting.
Okay.
Do you know? To me, it's very off-putting. It's just there's bits and pieces everywhere. There's rubbish. There's weeds. Objets d'art everywhere. At the moment, I would imagine it's nothing like it was when you moved in, and therefore buyers are coming in and probably seeing this and thinking, in the same way that perhaps I am.
Yeah.
What's up round the back? Is this? Don't tell me that's not where you sit.
No, and again, it's just become a dumping ground for things we don't want to use.
It was sort of meant to be a secret garden.
Didn't work.
Right, OK.
I guess it probably did. No, it didn't.
And then, as you fight your way through the jungle, what's round here? Is that your pond? Oh, it's a nice size, isn't it?
It's quite large.
But at the moment, it looks like it's from Apocalypse Now. The thing about that is that the parents are going to walk in and they're going to see that, and they're going to think, I don't want to let my children anywhere near it.
Yeah.
I've been talking to Andrew, and he's very much of the opinion that we can sell this house to retired couples, but also to family buyers. So I worry that something like this might present a little bit of a problem. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. So how are things going then, chaps?
Generally speaking, a really, really good tidy up everywhere.
Yes, it needs that.
Mow the lawn, get rid of all the rubbish.
Right.
And then I think what would be quite good as well is to make the garden into zones, especially the back, is to come across and have a kid area outside there, little table and chairs.
What, by the house?
Yeah, so that you can sort of walk out with a tray of drinks straight from the kitchen. Yeah. And then zone off the garden, perhaps with some sort of fencing, to come across here, so then we've got the kids area, and then we've got an area for the adults.
So what are we going to do about the pond?
Well, I've looked into that. And a child safety grill for a pond that size will cost about £300.
No, I think that's fine. If we know how much it costs, if somebody comes around with young children, they're a bit nervous when they see the pond, doesn't matter. There's the answer to that. Because that will be a tragedy. I don't want to lose that.
No, I don't either. I think
because I think this garden could really help sell your house.
That's great.
Fantastic.
If we make some simple changes to the inside and out, I think this could be a really sellable property. What I can't understand is why Keith and Margarita's estate agents haven't told them this before.
I think you've chickened out of telling the owners of this house the truth about the decor in here.
Sponsored by Direct Line Mortgages.
Did you know that all these expressions contract the skin and deepen wrinkles? L'Oreal Solution, Wrinkle Decrease. It's not surgery. It's the only anti-creasing cream with Boswellox to counteract skin microcontractions. 76% reported visible reduction on expression lines. Now, for express intervention, new Wrinkle Decrease Serum with concentrated Boswellox. In only 1 hour, rapidly reduce wrinkles. L'Oreal Wrinkle Decrease, as seen in Vogue.
Let surgery wait.
Impatience is a virtue. In Grazia this week, Elizabeth Hurley writes exclusively about her struggle to keep her bikini body at 40.
With Saab's aircraft heritage comes a unique understanding of aerodynamics. Knowing what keeps a plane in the air ensures our cars stay glued to the road. The Saab 9-3 Sport Saloon.
She made her first husband go on the run to keep this toy safe from the mafia. She fed her second husband a diet of sleeping pills, and she nearly battered her third husband to death.
The first indication I had that she's a psychopath was probably the moment she hit me with a baseball bat.
She's become known as the Black Widow. A cutting-edge film, Wednesday at 9 on 4.
Sponsored by Direct Line Mortgages.
Welcome back to this Selling Houses special in Cuffley in Hertfordshire. City gardener Matt James and I are going to give a granny-ish bungalow a facelift and transform it into a saleable family home.
Ridiculous frilly curtains, wacky knickknacks, scary dolls, and clashing decor. It's no surprise that Keith and Margarita's House of Horrors has been on the market for a year and a half, even though at £355,000 it's one of the cheapest properties of its type in the area. Outside, the mature garden should be an asset, but it's also letting the side down.
Goodness me, bit of a bomb site.
I'm afraid it is at the moment.
Buyers in Cuffley expect much better than this. Many of the houses here are bought by commuter families wanting to take advantage of the pleasant green setting, the good choice of schools and the 30-minute train ride into central London. This kind of wealthy buyer has very high standards, and elsewhere in the village there are properties on the market that give them much better value for money. Just a couple of streets away, this 3-bed chalet-style house is on for $330,000, 25 grand less than the Gregorios. The bright white walls and sleek modern finish are just what young families are looking for. 2 of the 3 bedrooms are presented as children's rooms, but they're simple and uncluttered, so it'll be easier for older buyers to imagine them as a grown-up space. And the master bedroom is spacious and sophisticated. This new build just outside Cuffley is on for £5,000 more than the Gregorios bungalow, but it puts their place to shame. It's been decorated in bold colours because the rooms are big enough to take it, plus buyers get an extra 4th bedroom. In its current condition, the Gregorios house doesn't have a hope in hell of competing with this. Especially when the agent who's been representing their property for the last year, David Reynolds, has only got them 3 viewings. I'm worried he's lost enthusiasm for selling their home. I've asked him to show me round, as if I was a buyer.
If you'd like to follow me, we'll start in the lounge.
Right.
Here we have a good-sized lounge.
How about this
blue carpet? Yes. Well, attractive to can be attractive to some people, but
would you like it in your? Would you have it like your own living room? Is it?
Probably not. It's a little bit loud.
Yeah.
Here we are in the master bedroom, a rather unusual shaped master bedroom.
Right.
With children's toys.
Okay.
It is a little dated, Andrew.
Little dated.
Unfortunately, and rather small.
Yeah.
This is the final room of the house. Very cluttered, I'm afraid.
Right. Well, I think that's your sales pitch over with there, David. You didn't find that easy, did you?
Not really.
No. So what? Come on, give me the real, honest truth here. In your property register that you have in your office, just like I've had in my estate agent's office, you know, you always have those properties that you think, oh, they're good, they'll go, and you'll always have those ones tucked to the back of the drawer. Yeah. Where's this in your?
Well, this should be, I suppose, location-wise, again, it should be near the front.
Now, you know, you can't hide the fact that you don't like the decoration in this property. Lots of your comments when showing me around showed that. What do you think the owners could do to improve it?
Well, it does need brightening up throughout.
How?
It needs redecorating for starters, and it needs. you've got a lot of windows, but a lot of them are covered up with coverings and things, and it's cutting
these sorts of things?
It's cutting light out. I think if it was brightened up a lot, it's got a lot going for it.
You know the decor's holding it back. Have you not sat them down and given them a good talking to and told them to get it sorted?
Well, we've only had we haven't sort of had a sit down and spoke to them about the decor inside. It's not fair for me to go into someone's home and start saying you need to take down curtains, you need to take that kitchen out, you need to change that bathroom suite. That's not what I'm here
so
for.
that's quite interesting, because that's what I'm trying to find out, because you see, as an agent I would have done that. I think you've chickened out of telling the owners of this house the truth about the decor in here.
Really? I thought you liked the decor in here.
Don't you give me that. You don't like it either, you know you don't. And you haven't told them, have you? Not really the truth.
Well, I think we're in the... Oh, God.
He may be laughing now, but he's told me the reasons he thinks this place isn't selling. Now, you're going to tell them why you don't think it's sold.
Well, I think that you've outgrown the house over a period of time. There are 5 of you living here.
Now, come on, what does that really mean? What does that really mean?
It means that the house is obviously rather cluttered in places. On top of that, I think that probably it would do it no harm to be sort of brightened and lightened up a bit throughout. Maybe some of the net curtains or something removed maybe would help.
No, come on, you really think all the curtains, all the window dressings should go?
Oh, you think that?
No, you think that. Come on, don't be polite, you've got your chance now, your stage is here, tell them what you really think.
I think that the maybe some general update decor-wise throughout as well.
It's a shame it's taken to this point to sort of to hear this. If some negative views were given to us, we would have sort of acted on it. It wouldn't have wasted another. We're now into almost the end of our second year.
It's very difficult to try and explain to vendors that something's maybe not quite right with their house.
I think the simple thing here is, as time goes on, it should be easier to address the problem with vendors like this. Anyway, we are addressing the problems now. We do know what's wrong with this house. There are lots of changes need to be made. For example, the outside is being dealt with, the garden areas.
Fantastic.
But if we take it as a generalisation, what we've got to do is appeal to both, it's very difficult, both older, mature buyers, probably couples, and also younger families. So we need to make this house, I suppose, way of describing it would be like a classic modern look. Not too chic and contemporary, it's going to frighten off the older couple, not too fluffy and chintzy to frighten off the families.
So we'll paint over those clashing wallpapers, freshen up the grotty kitchen and bathroom, and get rid of the knickknacks and kiddie clatter.
I find that a bit difficult because it's their things, and for me it feels like I'm getting rid of my kids.
It's all about finding a balance. It's somewhere between making it not cluttered but still looking like a nice family home.
We're turning the conservatory into a proper dining room. The master bedroom will move down here into the room at the front, and we'll swap the 2 single beds into the awkward bedroom upstairs.
The other thing that actually isn't awful but is so not suitable for the room it's in is your TV.
I have to say, if I was given that advice independently by an estate agent and say you need to get rid of your TV, I would say no.
You'd say no?
I would say no.
No, it's got to go. It's all about scale, and that telly is too big for that room. David, I'm relying on you to get the viewers through the door. Meanwhile, you guys need to start making sacrifices and put some serious effort in, or this place is never going to be sold.
Well, we'll definitely do our best.
Redecorating your house to make it more marketable is hard work, but annoyingly nowhere near the most stressful aspect of trying to sell your home. To find out exactly what you think is the most stressful, we commissioned an exclusive survey of 24,000 people across the country. Here we count down the top 6.
The property game is a dirty business. The days of handshakes and gentlemen's agreements are long gone, and almost 1 in 5 of you actually think that buyers are liars.
We found Londoners are twice as suspicious of buyers as Scots, possibly because they're selling more expensive properties and have the most to lose.
Don't be scared to ask buyers if they've got their finances sorted out and if they're in a position to buy right now. It might put some people off, but if you get the right answers to these questions, you'll know that the people you're left with are serious buyers. More than 1 in 5 of you claim that your agent has simply given up if your house doesn't sell in 6 weeks, and that's just not right.
Our survey revealed agents are quicker to give up on younger sellers, perhaps because they live in cheaper properties that won't make as much money.
Don't let it happen. Present your property well so that your agent actually enjoys showing buyers around, and phone them at least once a week to keep them on their toes. Times are tough, and sellers across the UK are finding it harder to get asking price offers than they did last year. That's why over-the-top estate agent fees are really stressing you out right now.
1 in 3 18 to 34-year-olds think agents charge too much.
You can negotiate your agent's fees, so shop around a little and try and haggle them down. 2% is top whack for sole agency, and certainly never pay more than 2.5% for multi-agency.
Later, find out what will be the #1 most stressful experience of selling when we reveal the rest of our specially commissioned survey. Keith and Margarita's sale has been stressing them out for 1.5 years. Now we have a week to turn things around.
Right, Margarita, let's get these frilly knickers down, and look, that is what they're going in.
You're really taking them home, aren't you?
Yeah.
Bye-bye.
Right, Keith, time to unplug that television and all its bits.
Oversized TV and audio equipment can be off-putting to viewers, and the cables look a real mess. Mess and clutter put more people off buying houses than any other factor. If you're selling your house, it needs to be clean, clear and free of eccentric personal items.
Scottish lass.
She's Scottish, right?
That's the Russian beauty.
These dolls need to be sent as far away from this house as humanly possible.
Oh my God. Oh, bless.
Andrew may think those dolls are scary, but it's the cluttered garden that's giving me nightmares. OK, so the front's not too bad, apart from the odd Christmas tree. But the back garden is a little more challenging, and the biggest thing we've got to do is to erect this fencing to divide the garden into two, so that we've got somewhere where the kids can play safely, and then also at the back a place for the adults to kind of entertain themselves. But first, the whole place needs a massive clear out.
What do you think of this? Should we clip this?
Sling it. Is it what? It's plastic.
Yeah.
With a detached property like this, our buyers could well be a family, upgrading from a flat or terrace, who have never owned a decent garden before. So we're making it look easy for them. For starters, that means stripping out all the dead wood. Keith, you're a madman.
Sorry, good.
You just go. Interesting technique for removing plants.
Breaking stuff is quite easy for me.
You just go in, it's like... Unbelievably, in just a couple of hours, we've pulled all this rubbish out of the garden. But the guys have found a few little trinkets which are very personal to them, so we're going to box them up and the guys can then bring them out in their new property. But when it comes to the tortoise, it's an offence to let them keep that, so that is going straight in the bottom of the skip.
There we go.
Wow.
They may seem pretty calm now, but will the stress get to Margarita?
A lot of people are riding on this property to sell.
Oh, yeah.
For more tips on marketing your home and the chance to put your questions to me about selling, go to www.channel4.com/4homes.
Sponsored by Direct Line Mortgages.
Experience a softer world. Club World's softest ever bed.
All over Britain, more and more people are connecting to the power of learning. The Open University, powering people.
I am allergic to raw fruit, raw vegetables, cooked fruit, some cooked vegetables, ham, chickpeas, rye, jam, fruit juices, rubber glove, trees, and to grass. I think that's about it.
As Britain gears up for its annual allergy attack, meet the extraordinary families who are allergic to everything. Thursday at 9 on 4.
Sponsored by Direct Line Mortgages.
The owners of this 3-bedroom chalet bungalow were in such a panic to sell, they got it all wrong. They failed to do the basics, like sort out the tired decor and overgrown garden. They can barely afford the mortgage here and want to move to a larger, cheaper house in Norfolk, but they've been stuck on the market for 17 months. Now, together with the help of city gardener Matt James, we're going to give their property the fresh start it desperately needs. I've encouraged Keith and Margarita to spend $4,500 of their own money in a bid to make their dated bungalow more sellable. If you're fighting a battle against a property's image, you can't afford to let grotty old furniture cost you a sale. Buying new flat pack furniture costs less than you might think, and you can take it with you when you move. Right, let's get rid of your blue carpet.
Andrew, you realise I've only had this down for a year and a half.
Is that awful?
It's still relatively new.
It's not staying though, is it? Look at that.
Believe it, you know.
Really?
People have carpets down for 10 years before they get rid of it.
Come on, give me a hand.